me up a cigarette. I'm in a mess and I've got to go. I gave you my very best, but then I guess that you'll never know. Light me up a cigarette. I'm in a mess and I've gotta go. I gave you my very best, but then I guess that you'll never know.
Feeling good. Just a matter of getting through qualifying now. Obviously with these crazy different number boards that they've invented, it's not as easy as it could be. But yeah, it's good. I just want to have a mellow one, get through qualifying. But I know I feel like I've got a bit of speed, so I'd definitely like to end up on a pretty good result this weekend. It's just tough, you know. It's so rough and tiring, and you get offline so easy. It's pretty hard to put one together. But we'll see. I'm feeling good. Bike's good. So do some bigger arms to hold on.
Every run you come down, the mechanic's like, oh, so-and-so has had a big one, so-and-so has had a big one. But yeah, I had a near-death experience at the top. First run, crash second run, and then big crash third run. But I mean, it just catches you off guard even when you're riding pretty solid. Like, it can just bite you whenever. It's not only from pushing hard or being offline. Like, there's just that much stuff that can catch wheels and pedals or whatever it may be. So yeah, it comes with the territory of racing Val Di Sole, I guess.
First day I thought it was meant real good fun, and then it just got steadily worse since then, and it's so beat up now. The guys have wrecked it. Cheers. But it's mad. Like, we practice in the morning. You know, my last practice run was 9:30 this morning, and then race run. It's like a different track. Like, it's crazy. So you kind of have to be on the ball and just decide on the spot like where you're going. But you know, I think the main thing is just to stay fresh and try and save your energy and stuff, because it's, you know, that's the only limiting factor for us girls, I think, is the physicalness and how tired we
It went well, 4th, so pretty happy. I had a pretty solid run, a few little mistakes here and there, but other than that I can't complain. And yeah, the track was super rough. It was so hard to hold on by the bottom, but you know, come Sunday we'll be good.
Is it time to make up compared to that?
Yeah, I think I've got some time to make up. Well, I'm gonna try anyway, try my best.
You're getting
Sometimes I have to question my ability. Is it really worth pursuing a career with no stability? 1 minute you're here, next minute you're gone. It's like you just disappear when they finish playing your song. I'ma keep on, keep strong, feet on track. What's to stop us if our lyrics and our beats sound fat? It's not as if our lyrics or our beats sound whack. So tell us why you wanna try and keep links back. We're doing this for the love, we're doing it to express, we're doing it for the fun, we're doing it at our best, using it like a gun to hit you up in your chest. That's how I know that there's none that couldn't give us respect. I feel the weight of the time every time I try to step, but staying up in my drum. It's long, I think that I've slept long enough. Even though I know I'm gonna be, I can't help stating the facts because I wanna be a somebody. Sick of being a nobody, but I wanna be a somebody. I wanna be a somebody. Got to be a somebody. I'm sick of being a nobody. So I hit the earth with a verse that'll blow your mind. So precise, my heart beats the metronome of time. Close my eyes and visualize flows that rise from the inner depths of my soul and open wide. See, I'm getting chased by this local crime. There's too many ropes to climb and I just wanna ride.
I'm really motivated. I like the track. It's rough. I like smooth technique. Good for the same track in my house. Good sensation.
And you looking forward to Sunday and racing?
Top 10, maybe.
I'ma keep on, keep strong, beat on track. What's to stop us if our lyrics and our beats sound fat? It's not as if our lyrics or our beats sound whack. So tell us why you wanna try and keep links back. We're doing this for the love, we're doing it to express, we're doing it for the fun, we're doing it at our best. Using it like a gun to hit you up in your chest. That's how I know that there's none that couldn't give us respect. I feel the weight of the time every time I try to step, but staying up in my drum it's long, I think that I've slept long enough. Even though I know I'm gonna be, I can't help stating the facts because I wanna be a somebody. Sick of being a nobody, but I wanna be a somebody. I wanna be a somebody. Got to be a somebody. I'm sick of being a nobody. So I hit the earth with a verse that'll blow your mind. So precise, my heart beats the metronome of time. Close my eyes and visualize flows that rise from the inner depths of my soul and open wide. See, I'm getting chased by this local crime. There's too many ropes to climb and I just wanna ride. Rhyme till my throat's a mime and holds the line to translate my speech to a ghostly sign. It's only my true self I hope to find, but pollution in the shitty city chokes my mind. Them people, them give me set modes to life and expect me to follow cause I'm oversized, but that won't dishearten my growth tonight or growth today. I grow for life, the most precise, link side side for life. I fight with mics for life cause my life is mine. Sick of being one day I will be a somebody. Just a regular nobody on the street. I'm sick of being nobody. Sick of being a nobody, but I wanna be a somebody. I wanna be a somebody. Got to be a somebody. I'm sick of being nobody.
You gotta go pretty fast, you also gotta know the smooth and fast lines. I think everyone's learned a fair bit from Aaron smashing everyone last year, so kind of the straightest, smoothest line looks to be the fastest, so it's gonna be wild and be good to see what happens after qualifying. The first couple of runs he kind of just rode away from me, so I got a little bit of work to do myself, but I'll just keep having fun and the speed will come. So.
I'ma keep on, keep strong, beat on track. What's to stop us if our lyrics and our beats sound fat? It's not as if our lyrics or our beats sound whack. So tell us why you wanna try and keep links back. We're doing this for the love, we're doing it to express, we're doing it for the fun, we're doing it at our best. Using it like a gun to hit you up in your chest. That's how I know that there's none that couldn't give us respect. I feel the weight of the time every time I try to step, but staying up in my drum it's long, I think that I've slept long enough. Even though I know I'm gonna be, I can't help stating the facts because I wanna be a somebody. Sick of being a nobody, but I wanna be a somebody. I wanna be a somebody. Got to be a somebody. I'm sick of being a nobody. So I hit the earth with a verse that'll blow your mind. So precise, my heart beats the metronome of time. Close my eyes and visualize flows that rise from the inner depths of my soul and open wide. See, I'm getting chased by this local crime. There's too many ropes to climb and I just wanna ride. Rhyme till my throat's a mime and holds the line to translate my speech to a ghostly sign. It's only my true self I hope to find, but pollution in the shitty city chokes my mind. Them people, them give me set modes to life and expect me to follow cause I'm oversized, but that won't dishearten my growth tonight or growth today. I grow for life, the most precise, link side side for life. I fight with mics for life cause my life is mine.
I'm happy to change like the kind of dirt and stuff since last week, so try to get some speed already because it's really short the practice, so yeah,
I feel good in the morning, no crash, so try to be loose and no crash until Sunday. So it's getting rougher and rougher, so just change some setting on the bikes, but try to keep the same lines, you know, because it's so hard to when you change. In the woods, you just don't see where you're going, so it's hard. So I just go where my bike is going. Today I did a full run, the last one. It was really hard at the end for the arm pump because it's really rough and I think it's a rougher track of the circuit. So, but until Sunday we'll be alright with a good warm up and stuff. It'll be good.
Weather's so nice, just I don't know, probably in the 30s every day, so I'm not complaining, but it definitely does take the energy out of you, so yeah, it's all good.
Brother said, but will never do me good. Not in a place full of campfire sun. Never burning, all pork coals, sting like a bitch.
Pretty sick of hearing about my crash, to be honest. It's all anyone talks about, so it'd be good to try and get a win today and put that all behind me. So
you've been looking real good up there, like you finally like really comfortable on your bike, and
yeah, bike's feeling like, as rough as this place is, the bike feels actually so smooth on pretty much all of it. So yeah, just enjoying it, trying to be smooth and fast at the same time, which isn't easy to do here. So probably get a little loose in my race run this afternoon, and yeah, just try to hold it together to the finish line and hopefully be the fastest guy. But
I know there's a lot of guys going fast this weekend, so we'll just see how we go.
On the last bus home to the end of the line for the coppers I own. I get thrown off, hit on, beat up before I drown. In the murky backwaters I'll lay my body down.
Bah, ça va dans ma ligne, c'est fluide. Moi, ça me pose pas de problème. Après, ça fait peut-être peur aux autres, mais ce passage me fait pas peur. Je me sens bien dessus.
Sun so high, water holes dry. I wanna give up, but I don't know why. Sun so hot that me cooks in the shade. The soul I'm in was choking on death. Its mother kicked and broken its neck. I never seen blood or milk make it so divine. I never seen such beauty so malign.
Oh my god, I can't believe how many people are up there. It's amazing. It's almost as good as Fort William down the track. Amazing. I was like, you guys need to give me a drink, my mouth is so dry. You're like, honestly, choking all the way down. Absolutely wild. Like, you don't know whether to hold on and try and like brake, or just let go of the brakes and try and hold on. Oh, gnarly. I think I tried, my brother texted me after and he's like, be like water. I was like, water. Oh, needed a wee. Gnarly. Fuck. I feel sorry for G, last man down there. Everyone breaking and throwing rocks up and air horns in the track. Like girls in bikinis, dudes like chops off, barbecue. It's like, it's amazing.
Tonight
2 years ago when I was here, I ended up 4th, and that was the first podium. So to come back and get 5th on the same track is just amazing. You know, the first 2 rounds I wanted to come to and just get through and get a top 10, I guess. So to come here and leave points inside the top 10 and get a podium is just, I'm speechless. I'm just so super stoked and can't wait to go home and train. And yeah, it's just like a new motivation to do better.
Awesome, isn't it? Stoked. He rode good, and well, they all rode good. That was an awesome finale to the race, and yeah, no, well happy with that. Dodie, bring on Andorra. Massive fan.
You got plenty of fans, do you? One here at the back.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, a while ago. I don't think any of them remember it.
You're going to remember this one over a little while?
Yeah, for sure. This was, I don't know, going into last weekend I was kind of nothing to lose, nothing riding on it, and this weekend to do it again, you know, with Rach, you know, it was on the cards, so I was cracking on.
In a short series like this, only 6 races, 2 wins is pretty good for the overall.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, I wanted to come into these 2 rounds hot, and you know, it's set me up really well for the rest of the season, but you know, anything can happen. It's a long way from wrapped up, you know. So we've only just started, and I'm pretty happy.
You know what this makes you? It makes you the first loser.
I know. I think second is a lot shittier than third. I'm amazed. I'm pumped and really happy to finish second today. It's one of my favorite tracks. Yet I've always hurt myself, so it was cool to. I slowed it down in practice and just saved it for the race, and yeah, I rode a clean run and a good run, and no complaints for that. Just G rode a second quicker today, and yeah, can't be nothing to complain about. It's sunny, didn't rain, good. I'm alive again. So far tonight, living like the times we let go. And a crushing waiting came and took its own. Like when we went to know, like when we went to
Top section, I made a mistake. The one thing that I didn't want to do, I did.
and I lost some speed onto the fast carrying section up top. So I tried to push a bit harder through the middle, and that section I was actually trying to back off a bit, drop into the race, had a close one in practice, and then I jumped in over that stump. I don't know what the hell I hit, but whatever I hit, it spat something, bust the foot.
Con le premiazioni.
I just thought, oh, here we go. Another, you know, remember Gwynny a couple of years ago when he landed off that thing, he had a huge over the bars. I could just kind of feel the same thing coming. Don't know how it happened, foot came onto the pedal. I just lost a bit of speed down into that next section, which was, you know, quite flat. So I had to put in a couple of pedals, get back up to speed, but who knows, the result might have been different, but it was cool. I had a good run, I had fun, I had a good time down that hill. It was super gnarly, I'm glad I stayed on. A lot of guys were crashing, and I didn't want to be one of them either. So no, I'm stoked, it's very, very cool.
I cannot be more happy, so it's good.
Is this your first podium?
Yeah, of the year. Last year was just an exception, but now it's amazing. For first year elite for me, I couldn't expect more like that, so it's good.
Feeling pretty strong, like you kind of about to.
Yeah, I wanted to do a good result like top 10, but 4th is amazing.
The amount of times Stevie's been on the podium like, oh my eyes, I can't see anything. I didn't get even close to them.
I guess he hasn't been up there as many times as you.
You're a veteran. I think he's just a hard bastard. Champagne in his eyes doesn't bother him, he just takes it.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was sick.
Cheers, bro.
Stoked. I was like, man, I feel like watching 2010 Jesus kill it. That was sweet. Well done, man.
Yeah, man. Fucking buzzing.
Yeah, I bet, dude. No way you shouldn't be.
After I crossed the line, it's like the run felt like a bit calm in places. I was like, oh fuck, this is throwing it away across the line.
Oh man,
over the moon.
No, that's sweet. Good work, man.
Bike felt sweet, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All you, man. Good work.
Good laugh.
Well, Sven, so that's the end of what an amazing race, Val Di Sole. I guess in the end it came down to experience and race skills, and also, but then you had the young guys like Bruni and Troy Brosnan. Sort of two halves of the podium, really, wouldn't you say? I mean, well, the thing is, there's a lot of guys crashed out. You know, kind of Hill, Brooke, Danny. Easy to make mistakes.
It's kind of a weird one because the experienced guys like Gwen and Greg, they were kind of off the back Friday and Saturday morning. Greg probably walked the track more than anybody here, multiple times, and he still wasn't looking. So Greg's experience brought him back, but then both Troy and Bruni said he made a mistake up top, and he's like, oh shit, I need to just now get loose. And on this track, as we saw with Sam and Brooke, like those guys looked to the fastest guys on the track, and they basically rolled the dice, and you know, it didn't work.
You do have to roll the dice on this hill, don't you? You do have to take risks because there are so many routes, there are so many rocks, and you just have to let it go, don't you? Really?
I think the dryness made it too hard. Like Stevie said, as soon as he let it go too much, like Stevie used to be like a brook rider, loose and sliding, but he said as soon as he tried to like get on the gas, kind of like go for a big win, it was getting loose and sketchy, so he had to reel it back. Because Steve looks fast and smooth all weekend, but he didn't look half as quick as Brooke. But was that actual speed, or was that just looking quick, like pounding through like Brooke went?
Yeah. I think, you know, with a hill like this, you've got to. If you look at Mira, the way he races, he doesn't get into an arm wrestle with a hill. He knows how to avoid all the collisions. I mean, there are a lot of collisions on that hill, and I was just seeing him going down, and he was just hopping over things, avoiding all confrontation. Really, it's pretty impressive, isn't it, really, to do that?
Yeah, no, Manar. Yeah, like G said, like Manar surprised him. He says hats off to Manar for getting back up to that, because like I wouldn't say he was struggling, but you know, after the Mitch Frenchie huck to Remy Tiron, like Manar was actually doing that better and smoother than Remy today in all his practice runs, and he was definitely not doing that yesterday. So like Manar, he knows what it takes. he knows the seconds he needs. He knows the time he needs to get on the course to basically be up there.
It's shaping up for a good season, really, isn't it? There's already a few kind of surprises, and you know, kind of Gwyn back, and he was 8 seconds up here last year. How can you go from 8 seconds up to that far behind? What do you think the reasons are?
Well, I don't know where Gwyn finished today.
6th. He was actually 100th or 200th off Troy. So he was a podium finisher almost.
Troy, like, literally just he risked everything, and he's like the wild card podium. Because Gwyn, I couldn't see the race run on the TV, but Gwyn for sure this morning was like, he was going to be like first or second. He wasn't going to be anything else than that. So I don't know how his run went, if he rode tight or I don't know what happened. But yeah, so this track, yeah, you couldn't, for William, you can just kind of go through. It's rough and loose and was dry, but there's a track and you stay on the track. This track, you can't, you're not channeled.
How can you describe to people what it is actually like up in those woods? Because
it's shit. I don't know. I tell you, every track has a section where someone can, if it's raining, pull a tear off, or sit up, or almost like, you know, there's a catch your breath and be like, all right, I made it through that. When you're walking this as a photographer, you're like, you keep getting confused because every section is almost a section worth shooting, and if you're a video or filmer, it's even worse because you could literally film every section on this track. And Fort William and other tracks, you have your 4 or 5 go-to spots. This track was wide, it was changing, and the different lines to the corner. There wasn't a fast line; it was just style, really. Like guys would go inside, and other guys would go outside, and there wasn't really a difference in pace.
Okay, Rachel, take another win on the women's. It's pretty impressive. 2 in a row for Rachel. She looked pretty unbeatable, really, didn't she?
She thought she's. I don't know what's with her head. She thought she got 3rd when she crossed the line. You can hear her in the background.
This is Rachel.
Rachel, we're just talking about you. Anyway, she you know, she still doubts herself, but I think when it comes to downhilling, the speed is to the strength, and we used to say women can't ride like men because physically they can't, so they need to be more smooth and fluid and precise. But Rachel is getting the gap on the girls because she's riding a little bit more like a man. She's strong enough now.
She is totally happy as well. Rachel. She's got
a little Irish bedfellow. That makes you happy, doesn't it?
I guess so, yeah. Have you had a chat with Rachel?
Rachel!
You have done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't need Rachel. She's had enough camera time.
Well, that's I think that's it.
Well, where are we going now? Andorra.
Yeah.
Andorra, I think, can the experienced riders adapt quick, or okay, new track? Can an experienced rider that's set his ways and ridden these tracks more than Troy and Loic Bruni and Brooke, will the experience have them adapt quicker to a new track, or will the new young blood that's just loose and can adapt to anything?
Okay, we talked about the new young blood before. You've got Hart, Bryceland, Blenkinsop. You've got Brooke McDonald. You've got a load of guys. Some of them have won one World Cup. A lot of them haven't won a World Cup yet. All these names, and
where was Josh today?
Josh is down in 7th, I think.
So he's close.
Not too bad, yeah. So, but, you know, they need to start. These guys need to start winning.
Well, they're not going to start winning because, Petey was winning 2 years ago, and that was at 37. And Greg and G, they haven't passed their prime. You know, Greg has proved, you know, it's probably going to be Greg, G. Oh, actually, I'm not going to call about Peter Maritzburg now. That's a whole different kettle of fish.
The thing with G, right? G hasn't been winning the races the last few years.
Yeah, but he's been on every podium.
He's been podiums, but he's not been winning. But
but how close has he been to the win? There's always been when Gwyn didn't win, or Menard, it's been like a wild card win where G has been steady. So is it the bike, or is it just, you know, a combination of everyone stepping it up each year?
I don't know, they seem to have got all the elements right. The bike,
I think
the
it's
mindset, the physicality.
I think it's the nipple plasters. Really. It's like a skin suit.
Rachel.
You
need some wood.
Rachel
needs some wood.
Rach, come over here. We're live. Rach.
She's gone.
Now,
We're not wrapping this up for you, while are we?
No, we're gonna fucking say some profound shit right now. We haven't argued yet, Steve.
Come on, where's the argument?
Let's
disagree on something.
Have a sip more of that beer.
Well, then how come Brooke crashed? He must have been on too small a bike, was he?
Oh yeah, here's Rachel. Let's have a chat with Rachel. Rachel,
come over here.
You got a second. Give us a minute. We'll bring your wine with you.
Dan Brown's track, where national champs are.
Brownie's track.
Someone,
Dan Brown dug the
we
track.
were going right up there a few years ago. Someone said, "Is Dan Brown going to be there?" Our other mate said, "He's not actually a real person," and it's fucking funny.
Rachel, you're a very happy person, aren't you? You're a very happy person.
Yes.
I'm trying to have an argument with Sven. So how about we say?
Arguments.
How about we say that, talk about bikes, and you're very happy with the bike, and it does make a difference. Would you say?
No difference at all. I could win on anything. Honestly.
There you go. Then.
Well, that's funny you say that because I spoke to my brother, Dan Atherton, very involved in the design of this bike.
Right, yeah.
And I was like,
do you reckon Dan gave more feedback?
Let her finish, Sven!
I said, I don't think that I would win if I wasn't on this bike. And he was like, bullshit. And I was like, well, that was it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you reckon, did Dan give more input, do you think, to the frame design than G?
No.
Is he more intuitive on... No.
Okay, here's one.
Well, let's shut that one down.
Here's one for Sven then. Sven.
No more.
Sven, I think you'll find...
Is she faking it or is it actually...
Sven, are you listening or what?
Yes.
I think you'll find that Rachel is actually on a bigger bike than most of the men podium finishers today.
Big girl.
Is she bigger bike than Brooke?
Where's my word?
Bigger than Brooks, bigger than Gwyn's.
Really?
Yep.
No, hang on now.
Seriously.
Rachel's medium is bigger
Twice
than Gwyn's
speed,
large.
Correct.
There's no way in hell.
But because the girls need to ride like...
Where's your tape measure? You lost your tape measure.
But look, do numbers matter?
Rachel,
I'm pretty
Rachel.
taller than that.
How tall are you?
I don't know. We measured 5'8".
Rachel,
5'10".
did you really think you came down in third?
Yeah.
How come?
Because he's
Italian.
I was like, oh, bollocks. And then I turned around and I was like...
Did you not see the green? Actually, that's what I always
Yeah,
want to ask you. Do you ever see the
that's
green?
That's bullshit. People say, oh,
do you see the green?
I was coming down the last
do you see
straight
the,
and I could see the green in the distance and I was so happy. That's bullshit. I couldn't even see. I thought I was going to die. Can't even see straight, let alone green.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's bullshit.
Rachel, you're very relaxed at the top of the hill. I was there. Compared to all the other girls, you were noticeably more mellow.
Because we are mates.
She has a schedule.
Okay.
She has all seriously. Every minute's planned out on the top of the hill. So doesn't think.
Every minute of the day.
Yeah. Okay. We haven't planned this minute. What are you going to do with this anyway?
Autopilot. I've learned.
What do you do with all this stuff? Do you drink
I drank it.
She drank it. Yeah.
First time I drank it.
Really? Because your brother Dan has never had a drink in his life, has he?
That's not true. When he gets a little cold, whole bottle of whiskey. Oh, I'm sick. Oh. Honestly, at Wyndham World Cup a few years ago, a tiny sore throat, whole bottle of whiskey.
Dan
like this at dinner. He's like, yeah.
Hey, so Rachel,
we can drink wine.
Rachel, 5 weeks till Andorra.
Is it?
Back to your kind of old patch, old team, all that kind of stuff.
Andorra was a triple win for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you think
have they got an enduro there?
Well, they should. Then it would be another triple win.
They did have.
Or otherwise, Taylor Werner could not crash. Maybe you can get a triple win anyway. So what advice can you give Taylor?
I told him.
Pay attention.
I said you've got 2 more years or 3 of crashing, and then you'll learn.
Right. Okay.
So don't worry
about it. So juniors must just go balls out. And then, yeah, Steve. Sorry for juniors. They don't need to get consistent yet. No one really cares about a junior overall podium, to be honest. It's world champs, and then see where you placed in the lead.
Yeah. And look how many juniors are awesome.
I mean, the juniors can snap their arm off and they can get another one. Their bones heal quicker than ours. Juniors should just be balls to the metal all day long.
Yeah, well...
At least for first year.
I don't know, whatever your character, but there's no matter what anyone tells you, you have to learn from your own mistakes. And that's just the way it is.
I think, I was talking to Sven, I think definitely racecraft and race skill came into this event today.
Yeah,
avoiding getting into a fight with the hill.
Yeah.
Kind of just... You guess you did...
because I was like, oh, I'm going slow, and I was like, oh, brilliant. This is brilliant. Like, and then people like... You think if you feel like you're going slow and smooth, you're like, fuck, I'm not going fast enough. But G said the same. He said he thought he was going slow and too smooth, so he sped up, and then he was like, oh, that's too
I told him this morning he looked slow crossing the road, and he said in his race ride he went across the road, and he's like, fuck, that felt slow. Sven's gonna be mad. And he quickly went fast in the next section to bring that back.
But then you crash, so like definitely experience comes into it. Loads.
Rachel, what are you gonna do for 5 weeks?
Well,
holiday?
national Llangollen, national champs at Ridfellin.
Right.
Then at Sandora.
So when are you going to do Enduro?
Afi texted me and said, I think you've qualified to ride the Enduro loop in Llangollen now.
No.
So now he's going to take me.
I did see Dan's tweet, quite impressive. Double murder.
Is that what he said?
Double murder.
He is full of shit. He's been in America too long. He's been there 2 weeks.
He's actually probably saw double murder on Victoria because it's a gangster.
Yeah.
Double murder.
Parking
What's
lot
the Motorhead amps? Murder 1. I guess that was Murder 2.
Doesn't Taylor have 187 plate? Isn't that American? That's 187 is a cop killer. It is, and he went down.
Where's all these facts coming from?
It is 187 to his
That's
motherfucking
like
clock. It's like
Factoid.
some fucking Dr. Dre shit.
Hey, look, so let's wrap it up. What an amazing event.
Let's have some Pringles, boys.
Josie, how long do you think?
Thrilling.
How long do you think we can release an unedited version of this? How long do you think it would take for people
How
to
long
tune
would
out
people
on us?
watch it?
Yeah. Shall we
About a
see?
minute?
Shall we just dribble on and then let's just see? We'll run a poll at the end.
Well,
it's
a
like
lot.
at what minute did you guys clock off?
What guys?
Should have seen him at the top.
Stop this. Let's stop this now. Come on, let's stop this now.
Sneaking round, alright? Just sneaking round, zooming down the like down the ambulance and then into the food. Sneaking round, just from Wales, aren't we? Butties. Love the rain.
Well, you didn't. Right.
So you know the last thing you said to Taylor Vernon was, do it for Wales, mate. And then you fucking crashed and burned.
That's Wales all over, isn't it?
Burning.
Crash and burn in Wales.
Yeah. So yeah, I think a week of crash and burning for some people. A weekend of superb skill and application of skill for other people. Just a brilliant weekend, really. Yeah, Sven, Rachel.
I still think. I still think it would have been good to see where Brooke and Sam would have finished up because those guys were looking quick all week.
Sam was going to win.
I thought Brooke could have won. Sam is in such a good place right now. It's going to be good. The rest of the year is going to be good.
Another day, Sven.
And yeah, well, it's only like 4 more rounds.
Okay, good
Yeah,
work.
if people don't crash, it's better, isn't it?
Rachel,
Rachel,
hang on, Rachel. Will you even bother? What's the last World Cup this year? Leo gang? Some shit? If you've got the overall sewn up, will you just boycott Leo gang?
No, I hate it.
So if you've got it sewn up, will you just not race Leo gang? As a statement to like not race bike park tracks?
No, because every race you race is a test of yourself, isn't it? So
Yeah, but if you've got it sewn up, why test yourself on a shitty track? Actually, you didn't do good there last year, so you probably should win
never
it.
done good there.
You need to actually do Leo gang.
Otherwise
Sorry,
it's
Rach.
just-
Why did you suck so bad at World Champs last year?
It's not a bad back.
You had a bad back.
Bad as fuck, honestly.
Okay. She's not.
I had a lot of morphine that day.
Anyway, folks, thanks for that. I'll let these lot carry on for the conclusion.
Are you like morphine, or do you get tested for that?
You can have as much painkillers as you want. Doesn't help, does
Morphine is on the bad list.
No?
Isn't morphine like cocaine?
No, it was like tablet form. The French doctor gave it to me.
French fucking doctor.
He's like, this will
That's
help, honestly.
definitely safe. What's his name, Mr. Ferrari?
And I had, them heat patches.
Dr. Ferrari, what's
like
his
those
name?
Voltarol things.
Oh, God.
No, I had
So
5
Rachel-
of them on
Rachel-
4. 4 of them. 4 heat patches.
Shut up! End of.